Good morning, my friends and fellow degens. This is Daddy Phil on the Orca account. Welcome to our weekly space where we discuss blockchain, NFTs, Web3, alpha, and everything in between. Today, I've got with me some great speakers to talk about alpha on scale. Where do we find alpha on scale? Is it even possible to have alpha on scale? Today's 1st of July. Welcome aboard, friends and fellow degens, because 1st of July means the second month of summer is on the way. Are we going to get the Web3 summer or the meme coin summer or the alt season summer or the pump summer or um crypto summer? Wait, what is the thing that they call it usually? Smart whales. What is the thing that they use for summer that they call, like, what type of summer is it? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, which summers are you referring to?
Like when they say some type of summer, like crypto summer, or guys, help me out in
Yeah,
here. I'm
the thing is that Web3 is mostly on vacations only. So it
No, but
happens like
they
this only.
call it something. NFT summer? Wait, what the hell do they call it?
That might be the scenario. I actually don't grasp the thing.
Okay, whatever. Um, Probably I'm missing some things. Do we have other speakers to join? Let me see. We're probably gonna get more speakers on the way as well. With that being said, welcome to our space. Today we're talking about from Orca's account. Today we're talking about alpha on scale. Let's introduce some of our speakers. Smart Whales, introduce yourself. Please tell us what you do, and then we'll move around the room. Smart Whales, are you here with us?
Yeah, actually, I thought like you were referring to MII. Yeah,
No,
so
no,
basically, we are
no.
smart whales. Like, yeah, so we are basically like AI agents transforming into RWS very soon. Uh, Currently partnered with IBC for some of the benefits of grants and focusing more towards the AI part and starting off the things as soon as we can because we are pretty much late. The project is live from past 3 years and we couldn't even get a TG live, so we are starting as soon as we speak. So the pre TGE has started and we'll be launching in September or October, depending on the market conditions.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Good luck to you, sir. I know you're trading some stuff. We're also talking with Miai. Let's welcome Miai on stage. Miai, welcome.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Yeah, I'm having
Yep.
issues again with X. I don't know if everyone is having the same thing. Yeah, yeah, like as I mentioned it multiple times, we are a startup company based out of Prague. We do AI agent orchestration and then also develop any kind of automation tools for B2B companies, existing companies, mid-sized and large companies. And we have actually worked on multiple AI tools to automate workflows for companies like Bolt, Novartis, and MSD in Prague. And now MII is our basically first project on Web3, and her purpose is for content creation. That is the main sole vein of MII, and we plan on making her the end goal being as a VR persona that will be your assistant throughout any kind of decentralized or centralized platform functions. So yeah, MII will be the base where you can operate multiple AI agents from. Thank you.
Nice. Thanks for joining. N1 verse. How's it going? Third time's a charm. How are you today?
I'm good, man. I think that's the first time you've said the name properly, and I congratulate you, man. Thank you so much for having me, man. N1 versus NFT project on the N1 chain. We were launching on the mainnet of N1 chain, which hopefully should be this summer. Fingers crossed, right? We are trying to like bring the NFT um, space back, right, where people were pumped about NFTs and really were involved in NFTs. And for us to be able to do that, we have to like bring strategies and utilities that support that. One of the things we're really thinking about is a PvP casino style gaming platform. But with the twist, right, where players won't just bet with tokens. Like, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought Mario was talking. Uh, but with tokens, right, with the NFTs itself, right, which like every single NFT has this, no matter the rarity, has the same value, and a couple of other things like NFT back borrowing and lots more. So what we're trying to do is just trying to bring the NFT craze and the NFT push back to the space.
Okay, nice. Interesting stuff. NFTs are definitely not dead. Let's talk about some of the alpha. It's interesting. So at Orca, as you guys know, we're building a decentralized intelligence from from the greatest minds and very professional minds of Web three, and it's an intelligence that doesn't just observe the market. Instead, what it does is it understands it and acts on it. So we're focused on building the infrastructure layer for intelligent agents to monitor and stimulate and even adapt across DeFi networks IRL, which means in real life, in real time, so that you can basically sleep safely while some of your leverages or some of your let's say some of the investments that you would like to make are in secure hands of AI or even the groups of AI. Our architecture is about acting on the blockchain data continuously and autonomously across it's across L1s and L2s and any system with programmable value as well. So it's not about isolated edges anymore because it's about a command center that helps alpha persist and even helps alpha to scale. So let me start with my first question directed to Mr. Miai. What do you think alpha at scale actually looks like in the context of DeFi? And is it even possible without eroding its edge? What do you think?
Yeah. Okay. And one verse. Sorry, I thought I was muted earlier. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Yeah. And yeah. Okay. So this is a very tricky question for me. Like I would say, but Huh. So again, I think we should understand kind of because what is alpha, right, from the beginning, and it's just, in my opinion, it's just your age on any kind of things you do better or like in terms of earlier than others to make return like ROI come as soon as possible, but could could be speed also in this case. I think, I mean, speed, access, insight, or being ahead of the curve could help in creating this alpha. When it comes to, for example, I would say a good example, I like to relate real things in this scenarios, and let's say a new token just launched, okay, and liquidity is low, and you're early. I would say you found it early and farming is fast, and then I would consider that as an alpha. But as more people farm it, rewards drop, and also the news is already out, token prices dump. So what do you do then, like after that? So what like a normal person would do is you would just rotate and you would move to the next thing or the next big thing or the next farm, in this case. So the alpha didn't disappear, it just moved. So like it will always exist in DeFi or any other platform, but it's just more like catch and go, catch and release kind of thing. So you use it, you try to get in early, use all the opportunity, and then move on to the next before it's about like to pump up or to start coming out. I think this is how maybe people can follow these rules.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if I answered your question like accurately, but like this is how I would see it.
Yeah. In so in my view, you have to look at it into through many perspectives. One is alpha on scale on my understanding means when you're trading, you want to understand a project from many different um, viewpoints, right? Many different somehow on many different levels, and this like it helps you to know what the on-chain analytics look like, what different metrics that are important to you, how are they spaced out and how are they fleshed out in real time, as well as I don't know, maybe you got different interesting things that you want to look at, such as real-time movement, real-time social media accents where they pinpoint stuff. So it's um, it to scale that is really really difficult, to be honest. N1, uh, what are your thoughts on this matter?
Well, I think it's quite simple. Alpha and Scale. So the thing about alpha is in especially in the web space that it moves rather quickly because how things move here, right? And to put it lightly, right? If a certain let's say new tech or new alpha comes into space, right? And with the fast pace of things in Web3, right? And you try to like um you don't get in it quickly as fast as possible, right? It moves from you, right? And I think more and more in the Web3 space, right? Let's take for example in the real world sense, right? Let's say you found oil in a certain place, right? And you're drilling, right? And for a while it's going well. And if it gets saturated, right? A lot of people come in and it's now um, too much and too many people in. So you need to see it. How do I scale it, right? How do I make it more for me, or does it just die out and you move on with it? So I think this topic is really something we can really pinpoint a couple of things on and see how it goes from there. I don't know if I answered that properly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you need to be able to look at multiple things at the same time. One thing that I would like to also mention, we lost smart whales in the sea of listeners for some reason. I don't really know why. Um, and an interesting thing that I've heard today was that Radium actually opened up its. I think they opened up their uh so they're approving the way so you could go on their platform, buy radium and invest your radium into I think their own thing which corresponds to traditional stocks. So you could buy over I think 150 like stocks that are Apple, Nvidia, all of the other stocks on a more decentralized term than before. So imagine buying stocks at your favorite DeFi or somewhat centralized platform. I mean, it's less oversight, and I'm not really sure how exactly decentralized it is, but it's a really interesting news because I've heard a lot of people be bullish about it, just because you're able to buy stocks essentially without the middleman, which is the bank in this case, because I've got my stocks on a bank or a brokerage firm or anything else, whatever else it might be. Um, from 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 my point of view, um, especially when we're talking about alpha, it doesn't really mean turning private edge into public goods. I think it means systemic awareness. Like, as I said before, a way for intelligent agents to detect, test, and react to opportunities across networks faster than humanly possible. Um, you could call it even you could go as far as say, hey, you know what? That is somewhat of insider trading or striking, right? Um, if it comes from a equal, well, how would you say, a fair source? I don't think it is. If it comes from a fair source, if you're good at what you're doing and you prevail thanks to that, or you're really good at building your agent, right? The common fear is that alpha evaporates when shared, but when agents are operating across uncorrelated markets, um, with like latency sensitive windows, we can unlock distributed edge, alpha that emerges from coordination, you know. And this is the idea for Orca, because what Orca is trying to do is they're trying to stretch the same trade thinner, through engineering ways for the system to uh, keep these things discovering. Um, but Miai, how do you think, if there's a world where AI agents are running strategies 24/7, how do we rethink the meaning of speed and edge? You're muted, by the way. Yeah, are you with us? Kay, we can't hear you at all, buddy. If you're trying to speak, we cannot hear you. N1, I saw you should have
I
some
think
emojis. What do you
it's
think?
cool. I think it's been having issues for a while now. It can just drop back down, come back up. Yeah. Um,
Hmm.
like I said, right, with the skill at which Alpha moves into space, right? If you're using AI agents, right, like you said, it's getting this AI agent to work at unbelievable speed, right, which gives you an edge, right, and sharpness and edge. And I mean, that will redefine the whole scale of like Alpha itself, right? Because you will get information in real time, right? There's no delay, and it doesn't. This strategy will help you with the current changes in the market, right? Where it moves as fast as possible. But when you get this to work for you, AI agents doing the things that you're supposed to do in a humanly way, right? Which is slower, right? It gives you a sense of edge and sharpness. So I think it's quite a broad topic for us to ponder.
Right. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do here, to discuss how these things are interesting, and and how we can come to a common understanding of what these things can do, specifically how we can use alpha, then how can we distribute it on scale. Miyai, are you back with us? I keep hearing some sounds. That's the weird thing. I keep hearing some sounds from Miyai. Try rejoining the space if you can't speak at this moment, and keep on the conversation. Um, Mr. N1, let's keep it up. Can alpha be composable? What do you think? That is like, can we modularize and scale fragments of profitable behaviors across multiple DeFi systems via, let's say, agent-based coordination or some sort of community feature?
Okay, like what you actually mean is how to modify the AI agent or the alpha itself.
Well, is there a way to to modify or make it composable, the alpha itself, that so we can modularize, for example, or scale like some of the fragments of profitable behaviors, like, I don't know, if you have an edge, can you teach other people to have the same sort of edge? Can you teach 10 people how to get that edge? Do you think that's possible in DeFi?
Yeah, I think it is possible in DeFi because we see it already, right? Where a certain offer comes in, right, and the ecosystem, right, and we see multiple products try to like, I don't know, imitate it or copy it, right? And if we can use, we can modularize or modify AI agents, right, to be able to spread that across or pick of different things, right? Different things that you think are important or good, right? And I merge it together so that you can further advance than what every other person is doing, which is the whole purpose of alpha. Alpha is you get it first, right? It's get it first, and it's something that is profitable to you. So I think yeah, it is possible.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting thing to think about because I don't know. Honestly, I'm not really sure if it's possible or not. With systems such as Orca, for example, where you have, or like Krill, let's say, you have different aspects of DeFi that they leverage different aspects of DeFi. I'm wondering if what to what degree it is composable, to what degree can you share it when it until it becomes not alpha. You get what I'm saying? Like if everybody is operating at the same time, at the same level, then where does the edge come from?
I think it comes with who has like, okay, let's say Orca, for instance, right? You've created AI agents that can bring you a certain amount of alphas, right? Fragment alphas at a certain speed, right? And let's say that someone else has bought something better, right? That can do fine tune what you've done better, right? Which is not doing better than you and gets it first, right? And when they get it right, they can determine, you know what, I do not want to like give everything over. I can just give pieces and little pieces, not everything in total. Let's say I come on here and I tell you, oh, you know what, if you go to this project, you can earn a certain amount of money. And I do not tell you how to earn it, or I do not tell you how to go about it, right? I have delayed you a bit because now you need to go and find ways to, actually earn from this particular offer that I've given you. So I think to a certain scale, right, you can limit how people get access to it if you control it.
Right. Yeah. To a degree. Yeah. That's what I would think as well. Um, uh, I mean, we got courses, we got people teaching how to trade on DeFi. Probably they are they're probably sharing something. They must be sharing something, that's for sure. Um, how do we differentiate? Do you trade N1?
Oh no, we haven't gone on mainnet yet, so hopefully we're going to mainnet this
No, I
summer.
mean, do you personally trade like you or yourself? Do you
Oh,
buy meme
personally,
coins? Do
no,
you
I do
or
not trade. I'm,
oh
I'm,
yeah.
I'm more administrative. Yeah,
Yeah, me neither. I don't trade that much as well. So I don't really
yeah. Two,
know how
two
people
guys that two guys that do not trade. It's wonderful, man.
talking about alpha, interesting stuff, right?
Exactly.
Uh, but well, I mean, I don't have the emotional
I
capacity.
do have I do have one alpha to give though, if
Okay.
that's okay. And it's about N1, right? N1 is a new chain coming, right? We're pushing our mainnet hopefully this summer, right? And N1 is focused on apps, right, and products because we see a lot of chains come up and most of the focus is not on the apps. They talk about the technology and how fast they are, right? But N1 is focused more on the product. And we do not want N1 is not focused on just getting as much people in like farmers who are just there to like get next profits and move on, right? We're looking for long-term people that are contributing and adding value to the ecosystem. And that's when we decided to do N1 version N1, where we are here for the long term. Of course, we've got cool art too, and where we're bringing up utilities like person versus person, NFT staking and casino style staking. So these like now imagine if this was not done by me, for instance, and it was done by your AI agents and everyone got it, but then we didn't give them as much as possible, so they have to find it. I think that works into what we're talking. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I actually agree. Miai, are you back with us? Have you come back? I see your hand raised.
Yes, yes, man. Like
Oh,
I'm
finally.
having
Well,
issues with X. It's stuck. Like it works
definitely
properly and then
have
gets stuck.
issues with X, man.
I don't know. It's getting worse and worse for me as well. I don't know. Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, well, I heard you mentioning about trading. Yeah, I actually trade. I think I mentioned it in other spaces as well. I do trade a lot. Like if I'm not doing anything related, like Web3 related project, I'm trading mostly, and even meme coins, but not crazy meme coins. Just like with meme coins, no leverage for sure, but on normal tokens, yes. And yeah, I think with the age, I don't know if any of you have been part of this situation. You know, there are like special groups that you can join in at some point, even for free, especially at the beginning. And what you do is you basically join in and you're not trading on a normal exchange. So you're basically trading. So you have an insider that knows the owners or the creators of that like that exchange, centralized exchange, but it's a small exchange. Of course, they spend like 5 million, 10 million on it, building it, and providing liquidity and so on. But it's not like very reliable as Bitgate, Bybit, Binance thing. So you can go in as a group. I mean, you form that group on Telegram, of course, and then you go in, and then you can do many things on specific coins. Like, for example, I'll tell you, last month's crazy one was Filecoin, FIL, if you know it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, they pumped it in that exchange. They pumped it more than 1,000%, even though it's not like real. So they actually trapped many people that that went into that, and then they stole all that money. So I would say from their standpoint, you could say the alpha is there because they're still making money, they're still trading it, and then a lot of people came in down the road. A lot of people came in down the road, and then eventually became crowded, and then the people start having issues in taking out their money and so on, and then the alpha gets destroyed. So it's like it doesn't mean it died as a whole, the process or the thing that you're doing. It's just that you always have to be the first person right there to take advantage of this. And if you feel even in any way you are a bit late, better to not touch it. Anything. It doesn't apply only to trading. It applies for anything where it involves luck, any kind of uh, like fast-paced, like as a whole, even Web3. If you think you're late, you don't need to FOMO. Like I think that's where people get stuck.
That's a really
But
good
yeah, I
that's
mean,
a really good point. How do you decide when you're late? What's your framework on that?
so okay, so most of my time I worked as sales, and for me, I don't know how other people perceive it, but for me, if someone is trying to sell me too much, then it's a big red flag. That is when I start noticing. So if, I mean, people can tell you bad side, good side, and so on, but when you can feel it even in the group, even in the Telegram group, the way the commentators handle the situation, how they talk to the people, how they try to promote out of nowhere. Uh, I know the hype. Okay, it's a good thing to hype, to be excited about, and so on. But I don't think you need to be always over the age. I think everyone here is here is trying to make money. I don't understand why people don't understand this. Even with the clicker game or whatever it is, I see a lot of people that I know. I mean, I know them, just not as close friends, but I know them because I shared this information with them. Sometimes they ask me about Web3, I tell them, and then all of a sudden I see they've used up all their referral things, thinking that they would get a lot of money, and they've already referred it to their whole family members. Have a lot of people just clicking on something. They are doing it, but think like long term, is this really something that will benefit you? Like, what are you giving in return? And are you also at the first person to join into this? So I don't think it is. Like, they're just wasting time, in my opinion. And to identify all of, just to address your question, First thing is, if you see someone selling too much at the beginning, even in midterm, like they're, I mean, things can be funny, but selling is like pressuring or like trying to make you feel strategically like you're missing out on something. That is when I think you should just stop and get a different advice, not from you. You could even put it in GPT or Grok or whatever it is, and just get a different perspective overview about that project or the chart, or like review it, check it, have a look, and so on. I think if you do this, you'll be able to identify. But if you are, think of it, it's like a cult at some point. Even like if you're immersed in that thing, it's like the same as social media. You just get brainwashed by staying in one group for a very long time, and then they brainwash you, brainwash you, and then you eventually lose money. And I think that's what happened to those people. Maybe they gave them at the beginning, they give you good signals, good results, so you make some money, maybe a little bit money, not crazy amount of money, but they're just pampering you and properly feeding you until they do the right take, the big dump, or it's not even a dump. You can see your screen as like 10,000, 20,000, but you can't withdraw the money. First of all, you're already on a different exchange in this scenario. So yeah, there are a lot of groups, and to identify them is just check if this is their second group or anything. And there's another tool, like if you guys are also interested, I think you might know it, alphagate.io, especially for crypto projects. You can have a look if they've created multiple projects before, or if it's the first time, like, because sometimes they just change their name and then come in a different form, but same followers and everything, and just try to pump that project. So I think you could use tools to help you out, and there, like, AI agents also in the future would be helpful in this case. But again, the most important thing in this case would be just be self-aware. Like, it's all about you, because you are the one that makes the decision at the end, and you are the one that loses it. If you think that you will make money and you went into it, then it's your fault. That's your goal. Like, you risked, you gambled, and then you lost, so you don't feel sad or feel like this is a missed opportunity at all.
Fair enough. That's a really good point. That is indeed a really good point, sir. Um, I mean, especially with DeFi. DeFi is such a very concentrated field of people who sort of are a tad more technical, I would say, even more technical than regular folk. Let's say the Web2 users, the regular, even myself. I don't consider myself to be technical at all. I don't think I am suited for DeFi necessarily. To be quite honest with you guys, I invest in traditional stocks more. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't have the risk tolerance. I don't have the resistance towards the risk that Web3 brings, or meme coins, especially meme coins, bring. Um, what role does simulation play in this? For example, virtual testing grounds, synthetic environments. Uh, is there a way to make the make the scaling of alpha safer without burning capital in actual live markets? Do we see, Miai, for example, on your part, is there a way
Yeah.
that we experiment before we invest, for example?
Yes, okay. Simulations might help, especially for Dexus. Yes, but I don't think there's any simulation existent right now, right? I mean, you could build for it, but not. I don't think a lot of Dexus platforms even provide this service. Maybe, I'm not sure, but yeah, I think for this alpha, for example, a strategy. Like one strategy, or maybe even sniping on Dex, could work for 10k, right? Let's say, to earning, you like you put, let's say, one Solana, and then you change that to, I don't know, hundreds of Solanas. um, but the question would be, will it still work for a million Solana to get, like, to reach that million threshold? In this case, always simulations, even 3 months or 6 months back testing and everything could work and could give you the right results, because they are like, again, the market is always changing, right? Like it's always, they're not telling you exactly why and what happened for that specific win or loss. And usually, especially if like this is what we do on when we're trading, we usually of course use trading view, and then we do bug tests, like at least 1 year bug tests on a specific coin, let's say Aptos or whatever. And when we do that, we usually have bots. It's not for scalping, but it's more about entering at the right moment, and then we follow our own Elliott wave charts that we calculated. But again, on the bug test, majority of them around, like with every strategy we come up with, it's always a 97% win on a bug test. But in real time, it always changes. It always changes, meaning, okay, the first three, four will be winning, but then eventually it starts dying out. And this shows you that you cannot, like, we will never be able to adapt to this situation, because, first of all, I think TradingView, even the platform right now, is selling this data, or maybe using it for themselves in the back end to maybe, because I'm sure they also have some strategies to trade and do some business like in the back end. So maybe they're using the best working strategy, and every time when that thing saturates, maybe it stops working out, and also the market condition change. But in dexes, I would say AI could help with simulation. So maybe the AI would come only from the side of teaching you. It's not even going to make trades for you, I think, because already the AIs are like trading now for scalping, but for actually making a decent profit, I think in the simulation it will be able to teach you what happened, what you should have done in this scenario, where, let's say, your stop loss or your thing should have been. And in dex, for example, you can make the AI also a much more multifunctioning product by introducing stop loss, take profit. So you can consider DEX platforms like a centralized exchange also, like meaning that you don't have to be always sitting connecting a wallet and then uh, taking your profit. The AI could do that for you based on the bug test information. But I don't think it will even uh, get you the, let's say, if you got on a bug test or in a simulation 97% win or 80% win, I don't think it will work out. It will always change, and this is basically the nature of trading, and why it's very hard, and you should never keep something unless you are a long-term investor. If you are a long-term investor, perfect. If you select the right project, good project, and let your money sit, like just grow, it will work. But if you're trying to, I mean, whoever says I'm a trader, fast trader, if they're staying in the market for too long, you're basically exposing yourself for danger to come. So yeah, like in my belief, it's always in and out quickly, and
Yeah, but it takes
simulations
too
will work.
much focus, right? It takes like
Yes, it
uh,
exhausts you.
like a
You
full-time
like
job at
it
this point.
drains. Yes, and even if it's worse than full-time job, like this is personal experience, I'll tell you. Like some like professional traders, they tell you they trade 2 hours and so on. Yes, but again, if you see anyone already publishing on TikTok or YouTube that how good trader they are and everything, they've already made their money in different ways, and maybe they're getting their money from selling their product, their book or whatever it is. Real traders, I think the very hardcore traders, they don't even want to show themselves. So if you have a working project, like a working product, you don't show, and it's exhausting, and you might be able to trade maybe twice a week, even twice a week, or once a month is even good. And which comes down to, again, principles, like believing in yourself, most importantly, and discipline. So not to get excited. Even the AI, I mean, AI can prevent these things for you, but again, if you are spending too much time, then you're destroying yourself, because then you will be implied to trade or to, maybe I can make money here, maybe I can do this quickly. Then that's when the loss start piling up slowly. Yeah. So I mean, it is exhausting. Just an advice for any trader who wants to be a trader: it is exhausting. Better to develop something or have a SaaS business for now, at least. Even SaaSs are dying to to generate money, and then investing long term is much better than trading. Or if you're deciding to trade, then trade with a very strict discipline, like once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. But then when you do trade, you need to take the money that you should be able to sustain on for a month or 2 months. So each trade has to be like well articulated and well planned to make you that big profit.
Right, and that's the point, the big profit. Like, what do we even call a big profit? What like you
Uh,
have to 10x or 100x your investment? Like, you know what I
no, no,
mean?
no.
Like,
Yeah, compounding is working, like, because
but compounding takes
I think
time, right? It takes years, and
no, 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 no. Because in crypto, it's much more easier. Even in Solana, for example, I don't even consider Solana safe. But if you're using, let's say they're using leverage. A lot of people use leverage. Even without leverage, if you have, you don't need to use leverage if you have big capital, right? Let's say if you have like a fixed 1 million, then you can just buy spot, or I mean, you can even go on
well, if you
future
have 1
with
million,
zero.
why would I invest in crypto? That's a more of a philosophical question, but like,
No, but
I
but
have
you
1
could you
million.
could uh, you
I
could
would
double the
invest in
money
I
traditional.
quickly.
don't think,
Yeah, well, fair
people do
enough.
that. People do
Okay.
have 1 million to go into crypto. I think the purpose of have money is to you want to have more money. So it doesn't matter if you have a
I think
million, two
people
million.
that have thousands are most people that go to crypto. Or am I mistaken?
No, no, no. No, I know people with millions. Like I even know like 16 million. I've even worked in a exchange. If you know, it's a Canadian
Huh.
exchange now. It's
Yeah,
called.
I do too. And basically, most of them is that is how they earn money, right? They literally just long it, right? They put more money, get more money back.
And they
Right.
like their daily PNLs are like in hundred thousands daily. Like they're
Wow.
making like
So
200,
through
three hundred
leveraging,
thousand.
leveraging, liquidity
They don't
providing.
even. Yes, and even if you follow this
Hmm,
channels on X, they're like big. They track like 40 exam crazy people are going. Of course, it's cross, and there's isolated and cross margin, and they're using cross. Okay, they have
right.
multiple thing open, but with 200 million, they're opening up Bitcoin 40x leverage, and they're just making in 1 hour like 5 million, 6 million, and they're
Jesus
paying
Christ.
commission around 500,000 commission only.
Jesus Christ.
So so there are people that are doing crazy things, and it's a normal thing. That's how you sustain and become bigger in this space. And I'll be honest with you, like it's possible to do this, but again, it takes time,
Hmm,
and you cannot do it alone. That's the thing. You need at least a partner or someone to be there with you, because if you're because we're all human, we're not perfect. Unless you are a perfect person with no emotion, no drama in life, you're very happy and calm person, then you need someone just to be there and see what you're doing, give you advice. That's all.
hmm. Right. Yeah.
But it is possible. This is how a lot of people actually do it. And I think it
It's so
traditional
weird to
stocks.
me, man.
Yeah, I mean there
I'm
are a
not a
lot of people in
millionaire.
millions.
I'm not a millionaire,
So
so I can't really comment on that. But I mean, I listen to some of the millionaires. I listen to some of the, I would say some of the podcasts that I listen to, people there are millionaires. They definitely have, I mean, they trade, I mean, hundreds of thousands every day that I watch them do it. So if you're able
the
to
the
trade
crypto
millions,
guys
thousands, yeah,
the crypto guys are different. That's the thing. I think in stock, if you make 10%, you're very happy. Like for a trader in the stock market, even in millions, they're happy if they make 2-3%. But in crypto, that's not exciting for them. That is why they lose money. They want to get every time 30%, 20%. This because it's a normal thing, right? Even Solana, just if you let's say in one day, how much percentage does it move? Like 5-6%. Like if you know when to enter exactly. So
right, huh?
it is possible to make this compounding and make a daily like profit, and again, you just need to make monthly of 20% in crypto, which is very possible to do.
20% is not that hard. Yeah, I agree with you, especially with
and, and a
items
very
like
safe.
l- yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Well, comparatively speaking, I mean, um I have what, like S&P 500, for example. If you compare it to
yeah.
that,
It's
obviously, do you hear me? Can you hear me?
yes, yes. I hear you.
So if you
Yes,
compare like what Bitcoin leveraging, even Bitcoin leveraging is depends on the terms of the leverage itself, obviously, right? But compared to Bitcoin, ETH leverage, S&P 500 is as safe as you can get, right? S&P
yes,
500 is
yes.
basically top 500 companies in the United States. So unless all the economy of the United States fails, you're okay, right? It's not gonna go down because
Y-
there's no way it's gonna go down unless the entire 500 companies fail, right? So compared to that, it is still risky, but compared to fart coin or launch coin, even launch coin is more safe than some random, FeetPeaks NFT or whatever else, some stupid ass meme coin. So yeah, it's a degree of risk. I would be okay with Bitcoin, for example, maybe Ethereum. Ethereum is a great way to park your money because it's not going either up or down. It's 2500 steady. Doesn't move,
Yeah,
doesn't
but
budge.
it's risky. I think now we're headed in that red line. I mean, Bitcoin is very strong, which is good. But I don't think we will see alt season again like before. Maybe alt season with different coins, yes, like few selected coins. Like maybe Solana, yes, definitely. Cardano, XRP. I mean, I'm not an XRP fan or anything, but just saying because the community is crazy. I'm sorry if there
Yeah,
are
yeah,
XRP
I think
people.
you're right. I don't think X is super risky. I think Solana, Cardano, I think Sweet too a bit. I'm not really sure, but it's still going to the red line at the moment. Hopefully, if they move above it.
Yeah, yeah. So, like, I mean, there will be this, but I think it will be more about, again, I think like meme coins, like projects which people follow, and also which exchange will push the project. Basically, they will pump, and then a majority of people who park their money from last bull run in let's say Aptos, Tone and other things. I don't think they will they will be seeing all-time highs again because that's what everyone is expecting and everyone is just tired and so on. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't like there will be selected pumps coming, hopefully, and Bitcoin will sure I can't be 100% sure, but will show us one more time like all-time high, maybe to 120s. I don't know if it reaches 130, but again, if it reaches, good for people who hold a lot of Bitcoin. But
Hopefully, it
yeah,
happens. Yeah.
but I don't think it's not like before. It will not create many because now what we're seeing is every time Bitcoin pumps, from the trading perspective, the dominance also is going very strong, high, like above, very high. So that means we can see, like, of course, like, the money is just staying in Bitcoin. It's still not going out and being transferred to altcoins. And sometimes it does. When it does, it just goes to selected altcoins, few ones, and there will be no way of predicting that. Like you can't figure it out where they're putting the money, like whichever people are like this movie, most likely the centralized exchange, they're the ones that move the market most of the time. And yeah, so it's difficult. So better, as you said, S&P is safer right now.
Right, yeah. S&P is safe, but it doesn't bring nearly as good as a yield as
Yeah,
Bitcoin or
if you
leveraging.
have millions, then it would be good. I
If
think
you
if you
have
have 10
millions,
million,
yes.
20
I guess
million,
that would
yeah.
be the takeaway from this conversation today, ladies and gentlemen. It was a much more chill conversation than we usually do because we have two speakers that are very interesting, and I like going deeper when we have low amount of speakers because it's more interesting that way. We get to learn more. We get to learn how to think. I guess that would be the takeaway from today's conversation: have millions and you'll be okay. Just have probably at least $1 million. That's the that's the general advice from us. And stay safe if you do. don't lose that million because nobody's gonna forgive you that million. Oh man, imagine having $1 million and then losing it on fart coin. That would be terrible.
Yeah,
I would feel
it
awful.
is.
Anyway, that does
Hey
it
guys,
for.
I'm audible to you guys now.
Yes, you are. Good timing, Smart Oils. Great timing. We're about to wrap up today's
Apologies,
session. No worries.
apologies because like in my phone I was not able to connect because was able to hear you guys, and I was trying to connect through my PC, but like I just joined through my hotspot because my Wi-Fi is not working currently.
Yeah, no worries at all. With that being said, thank you guys so much for joining. We're gonna have to wrap up today's space with that. And one, is there anything you want to add before we wrap, sir?
Oh, nothing much. I mean, it was a proper chill space, and I really loved the conversation with Maya, with the insight Maya brought up. I was just listening, man. It was really cool. I think my last tech would just be for everyone to go check out N1 Verse and N1 Chain in particular, and get yourself acclimated because I think N1 Chain is the next big thing, and we are positioned rightly to make that happen. So yeah, thank you so much for having me, Orca. Thank you, Smart, and thank you, Maya, for having this great conversation with me. Yeah.
Yes, sir, indeed. Thank you guys so much for coming on. It was really, really interesting to hear you talk and share your insights with our community. Orca, as you guys know, is an AI powered ecosystem that helps you uh, navigate this AI and decentralized world. With that being said, we do this every single Tuesday at 4 p.m. UTC. Make sure to tune in to learn something new. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.